Aquarius, this is your reading for the week of September 29th through August 5th. Shout out to all the fellow Aquarians out there. We're going to pull 5 cards for you and we will see what you get, Aquarius. Hope you're doing well, and then we'll clarify with 2 cards, okay? So let's see what you have here. Okay. So the 5 cards are the 2 of Swords, to the King of Swords, to the 5 of Wands, to the 8 of Wands, and to the 10 of Wands. So this definitely has something to do with your work, as what I'm picking up on. This just has to do that 10 of Wands is standing out to me. So starting off with the 2 of Swords, for an Aquarius, right? We are very futuristic thinking. So you get visions of the future. You are thinking about how things are going to turn out. The story of the 2 of Wands is that she's taken these 2 swords, she's blindfolded herself, and she's using these swords to protect her heart, because she is thinking about how things are going to turn out, right? So she thinks that it can go either this way with that sword or the other way with the other sword. But the key to this card is that if she stops, putting up this like emotional boundary around herself with these swords and takes the blindfold off, she'll see that there is this water behind her. And water in the tarot, whenever water shows up in a card, it's usually where the solutions lie. So it's like she's trying to tap into her intuition, but really she needs to, with her eyes, see that if she opens up her eyes and realizes that it's not going to turn out the way that she expected, she's going to see that the solution, or the way that it's going to turn out, is going to be something totally different. So this is a card of practicing, detachment. This is a card of practicing, not putting an expectation on the outcome. It's just saying that you are going to allow things to unfold the way that they will, whatever this is, right? And that 10 of Wands is standing out to me. So it has to do with, in my opinion, something that you've been working on here, Aquarius. So what have you been working on? What have you been working towards? Know that the work that you're putting in, you can't attach any sort of expectation to how it's going to turn out with that 2 of Swords. And then you have the King of Swords. So this is a card of Aquarius. This is gaining, mastery over your mind, your thinking, becoming the king of your logical reasoning skills, right? So once you realize that you don't know how things are going to turn out, that's going to give you a greater clarity. It's going to give you the ultimate clarity, the ultimate vision, right? So the King of Swords is embodying the power of his mind, right? So definitely practicing detachment, knowing that the work that you're putting in, right? Because it feels a lot with work here, but the work that you're putting in, once you understand that you just have to do your best and allow the outcome to unfold in whatever way that it's meant to unfold, you are going to see much more clearly with the King of Swords. And then you have the 5 of Wands. So this represents conflict. This represents, conflict with others, maybe conflict within yourself. The story of the 5 of Wands is that they are learning how to fight, but they're fighting with wands. They're fighting with sticks instead of swords, right? So they're still gaining all the skills that you need to be a warrior, but they're not hurting each other. So in your life where there is any sort of conflict, if there's conflict within yourself, if there's competition in what you're doing, this is saying that you need to learn from that conflict. Learn from the conflict of others, learn from the conflict that you have going on inside yourself, learn how it's making you become, a powerful soldier, powerful warrior like the King of Swords here. But once you are able to understand that the conflict is serving you for a reason, then you will have quick success with the 8 of Wands. So I have a huge feeling that this is about work, right? Especially with that 10 of Wands. Again, we'll get to the 10 of Wands. But when you start to, again, learn from the conflict in your life, the conflict in yourself, the conflict with others, and you focus on that with the 8 of Wands, all these 8 wands are pointing in one direction. So it's a card of focus. This is a card of, communicating with yourself. It's also a card of quick success. So, there's definitely the feeling that I get here where you're attaching too much to how things are going to turn out because you've been working so hard. But once you realize that you are working on your own pace. You are working in your own league, right? Aquarius is meant to shine right now with so many different transits that are going through our sign. These planets are retrograding, right? So think of Pluto and Uranus retrograding, but Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini is greatly impacting you if Aquarius is in your personal placements in your chart. You are in for profound transformation. If you choose, you are in for stepping into greater roles of leadership, greater roles of voice, right? So this is like this is the dawn of the age of Aquarius. This is when, for those of us that are Aquarians, that are, collective minded, and we think about others and we think about serving the greater good of everyone, we are going to have this quick success. You are going to have this quick success, but it's definitely, I get the feeling that it's definitely tied into this Two of Swords and the Ten of Wands, where maybe you're attaching too much focus on how you want things to turn out. But once you let go of expecting how things are going to turn out, then you're going to have the success that you've been working towards here. But this requires your focus, right? So keep focusing on what you're doing, whatever it is, whatever you're working on. This can be in any area of your life. It's definitely important that you take on the transformation that you are going through with all this energy going through Aquarius right now, and know that you are meant to really deeply transform. And the way that Aquarius is going to transform is we are going to transform for the collective. We're going to transform for the greater good, right? Hopefully bring an end to a lot of the conflict that we are experiencing in the world and bring quick success with this Eight of Wands. And then you end with the Ten of Wands, right? So with the Two of Swords and the Ten of Wands here, this is about your burdens. This is about what you've been working on. This is what you've been working on tirelessly. This is about what you've been carrying with you as burdens, right? The story of it is that he is about to return to his home. He's about to end up, he's close to the finish line, and he's been working so hard to harvest these 10 wands, and these wands are his bounty in life and what he's been working towards. And know that you are almost home, Aquarius, right? Even though this card says that you are almost home, I don't know when that's going to be. You don't know when that's going to be, but know that you just have to keep doing the work with this King of Swords energy by just having a powerful Aquarius mind that you do, right? And keep working on whatever it is that you're working on. Make sure that what you're working on is serving you, right? Because the story of the Ten of Wands is that he's carrying burdens, but we need to make sure that we are careful about the burdens that we're carrying. We need to make sure that they are worth it, and we need to release those burdens that are weighing us down so we can get closer to our finish line and reach our home. All right, so let's pull up two cards for you to clarify this reading. And to clarify this reading, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. So again, practicing this energy of not expecting what the result is going to be, that's what's going to change your fortune with the Wheel of Fortune, right? And you show up here on the Wheel of Fortune, right? It has the 4 fixed signs. So you are showing up here as this angel, right? In the right corner here, this has all the fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius on the Wheel of Fortune. But this is saying that you have a change in your fortunes. This is saying that, there are the wheels of life that are spinning. You just have to allow them to spin, right? The wheel on the Wheel of Fortune is like the blender of life, right? Like this is a Sagittarius card, and it's like as much as Sagittarius can be lucky, it has to go through times of being unlucky. So if you feel like these burdens have been weighing you down, you feel like they haven't really helped your luck change for the better, just keep going, keep pushing, and do it without any attachment to what's going to happen, and you will have a change of your fortunes. And then you have the Hierophant, right? So the Hierophant is about mastery. It's about blessings, right? So it's about blessings coming in for you. And as an Aquarius, it is just going to be your nature to bless other people, right? So the Hierophant, one of the messages of the Hierophant is that he has these 3 stages to his crown, and those represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So it basically means that something that you are either getting started on or you want to get started on, you have the brilliant mind of Aquarius, and you have the opportunity to become a master of that thing that you want to take on. You have the opportunity to be really good with something that you want to take on, and you just have to get started. And then the story of the Hierophant is that he's blessing these two people because he's such a powerful teacher that people come to him for blessings. So you have the ability to really become a master and then allow that energy to spread to others just by being yourself and teaching others. So, put in the work and it's going to be okay. All right, Aquarius, take it easy.